whatsoever.
So first question, can I suck your ass?
What?
You're so fucking hot, I want you to wear me like a pair of slippers.
I finished banana fish and like boy, do I have a lot to say about this. Banana Fish is a manga made in 1985 by obscure mangaka Akemi Yoshida. And I swear to God, this author terrifies me. You see, real big boy mangakas who write stories that take place outside of Japan do a little bit of research. What I mean is they have to go to the country themselves and actually study its culture, and depending on what happens in said manga, they also have to study other things. And Banana Fish is a suspense thriller about crime and gangsters that has disturbing implications on crime operations that have happened in real life. And it makes me wonder, the shit this woman has read or seen or even experienced. Anyway, I'm here to talk about it. Banana Fish got an anime adaptation back in 2018 and hasn't gotten the deserved attention due to people thinking it's a yaoi romance. I mean, when you Google Banana Fish, this is what you first get. Not to mention, the places you'll stumble upon this anime or manga getting recommended will most likely be TikTok or Tumblr. Enough said. In reality, Banana Fish is not a yaoi romance. Sure, there are some gay moments here and there, but that doesn't stop it from having a great story, a fun cast of characters, depth, emotion, and even natural-filled humor. Saying Banana Fish is a yaoi is like saying Bakuman or Steel Ball Run is a yaoi. Both of which are not, but the fan community can sometimes make it out to be that way with their constant shipping and fan art. You get the idea. That shouldn't stop you from enjoying a story, especially one like Banana Fish. You know, the more I say it, the more I say it, the funnier it sounds. I don't know. Banana Fish. Banana Fish. Banana Fish. The manga has great visuals and the anime has fantastic animation, and the story is really worth your time. Comparing the anime to the manga, it still holds up, albeit modernizing the setting a bit more, kind of like what Devilman Crybaby did.
I also fucking love Devilman Crybaby, that shit slapped, I fucking love that shit so fucking much. I love Devilman Crybaby.
With Banana Fish, the story knows how to keep you on the edge of your seat, not knowing what the fuck is gonna happen next. Plus, it knows how to handle dramatic irony really well. You'll know what I mean when you read or watch it. It is made apparent to you when reading or watching that anyone in the story can die at any time. Especially when the stakes are off the fucking charts. And spoiler alert, people do actually die. Consequences exist. And every episode/chapter matters. It's a story that's always progressing. Whether it's the investigations the characters go through to find out what exactly is a banana fish, or plotting plans to defeat a threat they're up against, there are no thrillers. Even like little plot threads that were thrown at you like way early at the story and you didn't know what the fuck that was about. It comes back later and you're like, oh, so that was it. Okay, so that was about blah 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 blah. And it just, it keeps coming back. You know, they're tying up loose ends. Everything's important here. It's a story that's constantly moving and it keeps you hooked. And the characters don't feel lame. Rather, they feel human. They go through problems you'd expect yourself to go through. It's a story about trauma, abuse, power, compassion, and as cheesy as it sounds, love. People learning to sympathize. Closing the gap between people from two different worlds. Gotta say, I loved everything about Banana Fish. As ridiculous as it got sometimes, I loved it. I loved Max, I loved Shorter, I loved Kane. Hell, I even loved the Yo-Yo motherfucker Sing. Like at first glance, you might think, oh, he's just Ash but Chinese. But he isn't. He's his own character, and it's shown through the personal screen time you get with him. All of the characters grew on me. I appreciated the fact that Ash was not an emotionless doll who only existed to look badass and say witty remarks, you know, like a lot of anime characters do, but he actually had character. You could tell he cared about his friends, his gang, and especially Iji. There were moments where he broke down because he couldn't take it anymore. Hell, I even got invested in characters like Blanca or Yaosi. I hope I did not butcher his name. You could tell they too had sympathy in them. They had their own reasons to why they were the way they were. Honestly, I can't stress enough how much character this story has. I love it. As sad as it got, I love it. I seriously recommend Banana Fish. It's an amazing story with compelling characters and great symbolism. From start to finish, it's a wild and incredible ride. Honestly, I can go all day on the character chemistry and the rivalry dynamic. I seriously recommend checking it out for yourself if you have not done so already. You can pick up either the anime or the manga and still have a great time and still feel the same things. I'd say read the manga if you want to see the characters flesh out more, but other than that, the anime does just as well. One thing I appreciate in the anime is the little character design changes they made. You see, the original story took place in the 80s, and back then, there was a fashion trend with mustaches, so a lot of the characters had mustaches, and it was kinda irritating. The anime fixed that and also included Mohawk Shorter, removing his original boldness from the manga. Well, to be honest, I think that was necessary because every time I saw him, all I could think of was fucking Pitbull. It's interesting to see something made in the 80s be adapted in modern day. Studios have two options when this happens. Either keep the setting in the 80s, or put the story in a modern day setting. The Banana Fish anime took the latter, and managed to work pretty well. Pick it up whenever you can. Anime or manga, both are great. There were a few Banana Fish short stories that did not get adapted into an anime, one of them being The Garden of Light. It's basically the prologue to Banana Fish, showing you what happened after the events of the original story 7 years later. You see Sing and Eiji have grown up, and you see them still struggling with the loss of Ash till this day. They have both moved on with their involvement in the world of crime and are living pretty decent lives, yet still missing Ash and wishing he was still there with them. It gives you a bittersweet conclusion to Banana Fish. The author stated that one of the main themes of Banana Fish is Yoshitsu, meaning premature death. Not as in dying prematurely, but as in living through life as best as you could, to complete your life without regrets. It's difficult to convince people who are unfamiliar with the Japanese view of life and death, but basically, Ash died satisfied. Akemi Yoshida stated that it was Watashi nari no happy endo, meaning a happy ending in my own way. Thank you for watching. I know, odd video to return with. And yeah, I'm still working on other videos, but for now, I present this to you. This video is dedicated to Cedra, who recommended me banana fish in the first place. Today is her birthday, so happy birthday, CD. Love you. Thank you for catching me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, and good unspecified time zone to you all.